our newsletter. Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
Trustees to order. Thank you for anybody who's tuned in and watching. Introductions. To my left is Darius Thompson, Vice Chair. To my right is Dave Short. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Public comment, and actually we have Mr. Mark W. Damsel in the audience. Any public comment? Mark, any public comment?
No, thank you.
Okey-doke. Approve the minutes of the June 12th meeting. Did anybody note any errors or omissions?
No.
No. So I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll move. Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the minutes of 6/12 have been approved. Next item on the agenda is the siphon project update. I know the equipment's out of the road, so the road is clear now. They do have a couple of pieces on the sewer treatment side. That is still stone. I think the tie-in has been finished.
Looks like it's covered.
Yeah, it does look like it's covered. I'm not sure about the other side of the river, but it seems to be progressing. So I will leave it at that.
Well, it should be done by the next meeting, I would think.
I think so. I have talked with the person from Wright Pierce, who's kind of the clerk of the works down there, and he said that things have been moving along. Excuse me. And they're thinking that, I think you're right. I think by the next meeting, they should have everything wrapped up and things should be finished.
Because probably before they completely pull out, they're going to switch it over to make sure it all functions properly, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We still have the bushes to plant along the fence, so we'll get to that. Now we're down to other business. So, I do have some information. I was checking my email before I came down. The town did get the DES Resilience Grant. There was an email from Kristen Murphy. That now it has to go before the selectmen and all, and from what I read, it's on the agenda for Monday, this coming Monday, the 22nd. That's this coming Monday, correct, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
So, the select board will do whatever they need to do with that, and then we'll move forward with that.
Nice.
So, yeah, she did a great job with that, and I'm not 100% sure of the figures. There were some figures in there, but I don't want to talk because about that, because I really just scanned it real quickly.
Right.
So I am going to try and be down here on the 22nd to listen to what's going on with that.
Yep.
Thank you for doing the dog signs.
Yep.
But as we all know, no good deed goes unpunished.
Of
So I
course.
have some feedback
Sure.
on that. I've gotten some feedback that there are some people that think we have too many.
Okay.
And my response was, well, you know, I don't necessarily think there's too many, because we have all been, and Mark has, and I know some of the old trustees that have said some things to people with dogs down there have gotten some very harsh remarks back. So I would just say, when we go to paint them again, maybe we don't put quite so many in there, but I think it's a good thing that we have them. I was down there Saturday for the fireworks. I didn't see any dogs Saturday night. But again, I just want to share that feedback. So,
Certainly. I've heard that from a few people too.
And when I was putting them down, there were people who were saying, thank you for putting them down.
Yeah, no, listen,
So
like I said.
it goes both ways, right?
Yep, it's a catch-22.
I think it's just the quantity that,
Well, the other part was just to, per the joint meeting that we had and per the town manager confirmed that that road that was discontinued from the bandstand all the way to the entrance, there are a couple of those no dog signs in the road because that is considered part of the park now.
right.
So that's just serves as a reminder that if anybody's walking the dog on the road thinking that that's not part of the park, it is part of the park.
Yeah.
So they will fade over time.
Yeah.
So
I had talked to Dave a little bit about this today, and I did talk with Will Curtis late today. I don't know, I know you guys all know about the limb that fell off of the oak tree.
yes,
Mark, I think I might have just mentioned that to you, but one of those big oaks, actually it's the first big oak if you come in from Water Street. We got a call probably 3 weeks ago. There was a big limb that fell down. No real wind that night, or
There was a little bit of rain,
a little bit of rain.
but no wind.
And not a lot of, there was a little bit of rot, but not a lot of rot. But, that limb was about 40 feet out, I think, Will
Well,
said.
it was.
And it was really huge.
It would have made a nice tree in its own right.
Yeah.
It was probably that big around, at least.
So I'd gotten a call from the DPW. I got a call from the person from Wright Pierce. They pushed it out of the way. DPW went down. They chipped up the brush. Will went down and cut the rest of the broken piece off of the main tree and helped load it into the DPW truck. I was at a client's house on Monday morning, no wind, nothing. Same thing. We were standing there, a branch fell off of a tree, no rot, right on the porch. So I was talking with Dave, and I said, Dave, this is just crazy. Have you ever heard of this? He said he had talked to Will Curtis. When I talked to him tonight, it's called sudden limb drop.
I believe it. Just
No?
sorry,
Listen, on Saturday when my wife and I were down at the Parkway and that big shower came through, we're standing about 30 of us are standing underneath the oak tree just past the pavilion. I'm thinking, there was some wind, there was no
Right.
lightning or anything, but, I thought, I'm not so sure, maybe this isn't the safest place. Anyways, to get back to this sudden limb drop, Will said that if you Google it, there's a number of articles on there. He said there are some universities that have actually studied it.
really wow.
He said what happens if you've noticed a lot of the leaves on the deciduous trees have fallen. Since the heat has come, they're trying to lessen their canopy.
Right.
And he said this sudden limb drop happens mostly on oaks, and it happens when it's hot, and it's a reaction from the drought, the heat. It's just trying to get rid of some of its canopy, and that happens.
Wow.
So,
That was an oak at your customer's house too?
no, it was a maple. He said it's mostly oaks, but he has seen it on some maples. He said he's probably seen it about a half a dozen times this year, and he said, Dwayne, we really think about this at this point when we're up in a tree, because you never know. There is no warning that that's going to happen.
So there's no indication, like if it's a healthy tree and there's no leaves on it, would that give you an indication that it could? I mean, I like the name. I like the name of it.
Not necessarily, because the oak at the Parkway had leaves on it.
Right, but I like the name of it, sudden limb drop. It's like
Yep.
it explains what it is. So that's
Well,
Yeah.
and he said a lot of people, think it's a wise tale or witch's tale, however you want to look at it. But he said if you Google it, there are some universities that have studied it. So,
so. I think when you mentioned that it had fallen or been cleaned up, but I asked, is the tree okay?
yes, yeah, the tree is okay. So, learned something out of the landscape world today.
Something,
So,
a new phobia.
Yeah,
sudden limb drop.
yeah.
Question then, do we have any other oaks that we need to look at that might,
There's no,
there's no indication to
what
know
he's
that?
saying is there's no,
You don't know.
All right.
You know, you look at those trees and you prune things that you know, should be pruned, or things that you think should be pruned. The arborist goes in there, but this is a whole different ballgame.
Okay.
It just happens.
it just goes to show you you gotta stay out of the sun or you're gonna get skin cancer, and if you go in the shade, you're gonna have a tree fall off.
Sudden limb drop. Yeah.
You could. You very well could.
Stay at home in your basement.
So, anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys, because I know you and I had talked a little bit
Yeah.
about that today, and Will was very good about calling me back and explaining it. I didn't have a chance to look it up, but it's a phenomenon that happens. So,
So in cases where we had a lot of hot weather and things of that nature, do we need to put a sign out under the oak trees and say, beware of sudden limb drop?
I
I don't think so, but I'm just.
I don't think so,
Okay.
but, and I'm sure there are some people that are watching that are kind of chuckling and,
Yeah.
you know, but again, if I hadn't seen it, I probably would be a little bit skeptical myself, but
Okay.
yeah.
but I did see it happen at a house that I was at of one of my clients, and
How big was it?
it was probably about this big around. It was pretty good size.
Substantial.
Yeah, yeah. No rot, just boom.
Fully leafed.
Yep, yep. So I had never heard of it before, and you know, in talking with all the tree guys, I knew that, you know, you see the leaves falling off now. You know, the tree is trying to get rid of some of its canopy in order, you know, to let some lighten the load a little bit during this hot weather. But yeah, that sudden limb drop. So there's something new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have.
All right.
So, Darius, anything?
Great to hear feedback on the dog signs. That means people are paying attention to them, which is good. So, hopefully that it serves its purpose to remind dogs aren't allowed. And thank you for sharing that.
Are they going to do the? And I apologize.
The Foods Parade?
Yeah, no.
No?
The police thing down there this year.
I haven't heard back. I will check
with
with.
the puppies and all.
I will check with Detective Page if that's the case. If it has a police dog, yeah, we'll make an exception.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just didn't know.
But I have not heard. I will check with. I'll take that action and check with Detective Page.
I know there is a calendar. The rec department maintains a calendar. You just have to go on and
Okay.
look, and I have not done that.
One other thing so there's a couple of events that are scheduled for October. I saw an announcement for the Beer and Chili Festival. That's coming up in October. So I don't know if other events are planned, but just have to remind any of those event permit holders for those events to make certain that the road closure barricades go back up at the end of the event. So we don't have any cars trying to drive through. I think I heard somewhere that somebody tried to drive through.
Well,
During the fireworks the other night,
Yeah. Somebody tried.
somebody was going from the Newfields direction towards Exeter. An older man in a small, kind of gray car, I think. Were you down there for the fireworks or not?
I was. I didn't see that. What I did see, though, was there was a vendor with a trailer that was up at the Water Street end that drove all the way through the crowd down to the Newfields end. I'm not so sure that that's a good idea. They were going slow, but to drive by the pavilion when they were playing music and all, I didn't think was the best idea to do, so.
Right, that's something, but, you know, the road is discontinued. We have events that are permitted and that they're there. They should be given some direction, either one to, I don't know if they can turn back around and go out the Water Street entrance, but not to continue down the road if there's people or things occurring.
Not if they're pulling a trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, that makes it tough to try to turn around pulling a trailer, right?
Right, but maybe they can come in from the other way, because the farmer's market, they all point out,
Right,
if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they all point out to the Water Street.
right. If they come in from that other Newfield side, come through, set up, and it makes it easier for them to exit out the Water Street.
So just kind of a safety concern. I did not see that
Yeah.
car that they're talking about.
Yeah, he just came through very slowly, but seemed lost.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that, Dave. The only other thing, Mark, let me ask you, because I did notice, and I know you and I had talked about this a year or so ago, maybe it was right after COVID. Was it the Lions Club that used to repaint the benches? Yes, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Mark William Damsel. Yes, it's the Lions Club that's painted the benches in the past. I'm pretty sure I still have some stain maybe in my garage. Excuse me. And it's Lang Plumber,
Okay.
who he's offered that service before. I don't know about in this heat, if it'd be too hot to stain them.
Yeah, no.
Maybe a little bit later on when it's cool
Yeah,
down.
I was, again, I'm walking through there the other night, looking at the wooden benches. They
They need it.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, they need it. Darius, would you be willing to reach out and see if the Lions Club would still
Certainly.
be willing to do that? My other thought was maybe we could reach out to the Boy Scouts, and that could be an Eagle Scout project. But yeah, they haven't been done for quite a while.
I'm pretty sure I have Lang's contact I
Okay.
could give to you, Darius,
Appreciate
as
it.
well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
We've run other business. I did see something on the community forum or something popped up that after one of the events that occurred, maybe it's been the most recent, the Revolutionary War Days celebration, Independence, you know, the fireworks, that there was a lot of trash that was left along different benches and everything else. Just want to remind everybody that the park is carry in, carry out. It is not a trash receptacle. Please do be mindful of that. We do want to take care of our open space and ensure that it's there for everyone's enjoyment. If you do bring something in, if you see a piece of trash, it'd be nice to pick it up instead of relying on others to do it. If you brought it in, carry it out.
Yeah, again, it was dark, so I didn't notice that, but that has happened in the past too, at certain times with that, with some of those events, so. Anything else?
I have nothing else other than maybe a motion to adjourn unless,
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Dave, do you have anything?
I've got a second.
All right.
oh,
Next meeting date is going to be August 21st,
ooh, no can do.
okay?
Can we do it a day earlier?
I can find out. Would you be opposed to going a day earlier? August 20th? That would be Tuesday.
Yeah,
Or the week before?
yeah, I'd be okay with that, because I'd have Conservation Commission the week before that, I believe.
Let me see. Let me
Okay.
get a hold of Pam and see what the calendar looks like, because I don't know if the calendar actually on the web goes out quite that far yet, so.
Or if we could look at the 28th, the following week.
I can't do the 28th.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so let me check with Pam.
All right.
Okey doke. All right, so you made a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
You seconded, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I declare the meeting closed.
Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.